Welcome back to day 7, I think, of Eldritch spoilers. And I looked at the MTG Salvation page, because that's where I usually go with the spoilers, to see where I was updating. And lo and behold, I got a surprise on here. We got ourselves a Bant Walker, folks. We got ourselves Tamiyo Field Researcher. There she is. Look at that. That's some lovely art. That's some gothically beautiful art right there. Before I even get into the actual what the card does, we knew Tamiyo was in the story. She was in the story, but we were under the apprehension that Liliana's probably going to be the only Planeswalker, because we had 4 Planeswalkers in the last set. And while I think you know what, honestly, I think I did. God, it was so long ago when I did my video on this. I think I might have called Tamiyo being in this set. Now that I think about it, I'm not placing money if I called that or not, but I think I made mention of her being in the set along with Liliana. Well, then maybe I am psychic. Who knows? But yeah, I didn't see this. I mean, I knew Liliana was coming on Monday. That one I knew. Tamiyo, that was a curveball right there. But let's check her out now. So she is 1 generic, 1 green, 1 blue, 1 white. 4 loyalty. She is Planeswalker type Tamiyo. She is our 3rd 3-colored Planeswalker card to be printed. Excuse me. Now her +1 is choose up to 2 target creatures until your next turn. Whenever either of those creatures deals combat damage, you may draw a card. Now this says target creatures. This does not specify which target creature. I mean, you can choose your opponent's creatures along with this card. And one second, I'm just going to move it over here so I don't have to keep doing that. All right. So right off the bat, I have an unblockable deck that I use where this card would be very fun to use that. Then her -2 is tap up to 2 target non-land permanents. They do not untap during their controller's next untap step. Does not specify what the non-land permanent is. Just says non-land. So right off the bat, it can be used on creatures. It's going to be the most likely culprit they use it on. But also they can use it on artifacts. You can use it on enchantments. So it's very reminiscent of her first ability. I had the first Tamiyo too. I like that card a lot. And then her -7 ultimate is draw 3 cards. Drawing cards is always nice. But then you get an emblem which says you may cast non-land cards from your hand without paying their mana cost. That's a pretty hacked ability. Which, by the way, 3 turns. That's all you need with this card. You can protect her for 3 turns, which is not hard if you've got like some chump blockers, some flyers, things along those lines. You can get her to the 7 and then just pay that 7, and then boom, you're good for the rest of the game. So, yeah, this is a very powerful one. I've heard some people compare it to like Sarkhan Unbroken, things along those lines, which apparently was not that playable in most formats. This one, Bant colors are apparently the more playable of the colors. So it will be interesting to see how this plays out, where if she can find a home or not. But I like her. I dig her. I think she's gonna find a home regardless. Then we have another werewolf that was spoiled. It is Ulvenwald Captive. Now Ulvenwald Captive is 1 generic, 1 green. Is a 1/2 defender. Add 1 green mana to your mana pool. Then you can pay. Then later on you can pay. Go away. Oh well. And then you can pay. There you go. Fix that. I was having some issues on the computer. Whatever, it's all good. Then you can pay 2 green, 5 generic, transform it into Ulvenwald Abomination, which taps for 2 colorless mana, which is a 4/6. And there's the art on those guys. So there's our captive. He's getting attacked by the plants, and then he basically becomes one with the plants. Overall, I mean, it's useful for what it is. It doesn't really do much. In terms of cards I'd rather play, it's okay. That's all I can say about it. It's nothing terrible. I think I can honestly say that about a lot of the cards. From at least my point of view, is that none of them are really terrible. Then we have Stormkirk Mystic. I don't have the art for this one, but it's a 2 generic, 1 red, 3/2. Trample, Vampire Horror, with Madness, one red and 1 generic. When it deals combat damage to an opponent, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of the turn, you may cast that card. So, combat damage to an opponent. So, you gotta actually get damage. Luckily, that's what the Trample's for. If you can maybe pump it a little bit, then I can see this card maybe going somewhere. These effects are usually good, but you need to have them in the right context for them to be good. So we'll see how that plays out. But it's unfortunately it's very squishy because it's only a 3/2, so it can die to the removal pretty easy. Then we have Collective Brutality. This is another one of the module Escalate cards. It's a 1 generic, 1 black. Its Escalate cost is discard a card instead of paying the 2 mana. So you may choose 1 or more. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You may choose an instant or sorcery card from it, and they discard that card. Target creature gets -2/-2 until the end of turn. Or target opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Escalate cost is discard a card. So at most you're going to be playing 1 black, 1 of any color, and discarding 2 cards. Which again, with Madness, is quite a useful ability, especially with such a low-level spell. There's the art, by the way. So it's a little blurry to see. It's definitely muddled art. It's definitely you can see these zombie things roaming around out there. But no, it's a fairly competent card. I would use it if I'm in black, absolutely. We'll have to see how the rest of the set plays out, if it can muster enough madness or something like that to make the discarding worth it. But then our last card for today is, or at least the one I'm going to be talking about, Distended Mindbender. Now this is a 8 generic mana, 5/5 Eldrazi Insect. It has a Merge 7, which is 2 black, 5 generic mana. And thank you. Nope. Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to show you the art because, unfortunately, this thing is being very with me. Goodbye. So, for the time being, we're not going to be using art. Point being, it is, I believe, I'm going to have to get the art page back up because, more or less, it was saying I was being attacked by a virus, but not really. So, 1 second. Yeah, it wasn't really being attacked by a virus, just one of those damn pop-up ads. So MTG. We're noticing it's been happening with that site too. So 1 second. MTG. MTG. Okay. Don't really need much. Just need to read that last bit of the card. It's unfortunate that I have to be doing. So. Okay. So basically, when it comes out in the battlefield, you may. Yeah, again, it's merge costs, sacrifice for less. Obviously, merge cost is always good. You may look at your opponent's hand, choose a card in their hand, or non-lance card, where they convert mana cost 3 or less, and convert mana cost 4 or greater. Discard both those cards. Good card for getting shit out of hand. Good way to actually get Emrakul out of their hand if they have an Emrakul in their hand. Good way to stop any melding, say like Bracella happening, and that's not going to happen with that. So overall, a very solid card, especially with the Emerge. If it didn't have the Emerge, then I'd just say it's okay. But because of the Emerge, it's a pretty decent card, absolutely. I don't have much else to go off of that, though, but, I mean, it's a black card. Because it's best used with black decks, and I don't play black. But, again, I do have an Eldrazi deck that utilizes black at home, so, here in this case. So I could see where it could be used. I could definitely see myself using it in that deck. But we'll have to see. Again, we'll have to see how everything plays out. But yeah, the Tamiyo thing threw me off, man. I didn't expect us. Didn't legitimately. I'm really thinking back on the video. I'm pretty certain I did say that Tamiyo could show up with Liliana, but I wasn't gonna hold my breath on it. But thinking on it now, it looks like we're going with like 6-ish per. No, because they're trying to imitate the 5 to 6 planeswalkers we got through the original 3 sets we had, and then Origins, M20s, whenever we had those, the 5 or 6 planeswalkers we had. So the number actually does make sense. So we should expect the same amount, roughly speaking, in Kaladesh when that comes out. Well, between Kaladesh and whatever the next set after Kaladesh is. Block, I should say, not set. So yeah, thanks for watching though. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. That's it for today. I will be back on Sunday with box office. Other than that, though, I got nothing else to do this weekend. That's not true. Swiss Army Man. I'm seeing that either tonight or tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, though, thanks for watching.